Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube, TikTok and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We welcome Lord Ram, who has entered this ashram yesterday with all the Devis and Devtas that took part in his Leela, the Ramayan, 2 million years ago on this planet Earth. I just want to bring to your attention that, and I was discussing with Ravi today, that when I was an aspirant of my Guruji's satsangs, we used to have the Samadhi week, which used to start on the 22nd of May and end on the 27th of May. And for most of the time, those were the darkest times in our families' lives. Financially, sickness, all bad things used to happen in that Samadhi week. But we had a conscience and we made sure I had a Jaguar 4 litre, very expensive just to start, and I had a steep driveway like this going up. And if the tank was on reserve and going up that steep driveway with just 100 Rand petrol at that point in time, I think was 10 litres, it was Guruji that used to take the car up the driveway and park it at home. But we had faith. Like today, Shawan got arrested by a city policeman who assaulted him, and that is why Jessica and Satish Bhai is not here. They sorted it out. Shawan is laying a charge against the policeman, and they should be on their way here any time. Today is day 2 of the Ramayan week, and for the Guru's own son to be in this predicament with all the sacrifices that the Guru made is not something that we will accept. We will believe that the Guru's son must be invincible in this time, especially in the Ramayan week. Yes or no? Yes. But this is to show you that even the Guru goes through hell while celebrating the Supreme Lord. My other son's truck broke down and I think it got sorted out and they're on their way here. So the Guru's son also, the Guru's children and his family in these days of the Ramayan week, of Navratri, of the month of the Ramanujans, we don't live a 7-star life emotionally, materially. We also suffer like the rest of you. So this should give you a message that when this type of functions are held at the ashram that you belong to, when you sit in at home, it should trouble you that your ashram is having satsang today. When you are sitting at home, you should feel guilty that you are not at the ashram when the ashram is having a satsang. It should make you feel bad. It should make you feel, you should feel the most terrible in your life if your ashram is having satsang and you cannot be there. Do you understand? This is how we used to feel. Myself, Mataji, Sean and Sherwin. We used to go to that satsang. We used to be the last to leave because we used to wash all the filth. We used to clean up and we used to reach home maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. Then we used to get up the next morning, have a bath and go back to that venue to set it up for the next day. And the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, 6 day and night, the only thing we knew that Guruji's Samadhi week must be perfect. That's the only thing we knew. We used to run out of towels because Mataji did not even have time to clean our house or to wash our clothes. And this went on for many, many years. So I don't see any excuse for anyone to be absent here. My people don't have 4-liter Jaguars. I see a big BMW outside, but I don't see 4-liter Jaguars here. I don't see any of you in such a position that you can't put petrol and come to the ashram. I don't see any of you so ill that you can't leave your house and come to ashram. Remember, when you have a problem and when you want the Guru to solve your problem, not one of you ever asks the Guru, Acharya ji, how are you feeling today? Anybody asked the Acharya? You just tell the Acharya your problem and the Acharya just fix your problem to the best of his ability. You don't know whether the Guru slept that night. You don't know whether the Guru had tea or whether the Guru had food or where the Guru is coming from or where the Guru is supposed to be going. The Guru leaves everything and attends to you to the best of his ability. And don't you think it's only fair when an ashram is having a function? These functions are not for the Guru, his wife or his children. These functions are for those people that attend these satsangs. So don't you think your conscience should trouble you, Rakesh Bhai? Yes. That yes, the Guru's sacrifice, the Guru's wife sacrifice, his children sacrifice by just being our children. They are in constant turmoil. I can't attend to them because I have to attend to the ashram in which we have dedicated our lives. So please, you all have witnessed how big my work is. You also, I'm assisting the prince to become a king. Have you all noticed that? Go on Google, go and Google the Sun Nation. The Sun Nation is the oldest tribe known to mankind. The Sun Nation is the oldest tribe known to mankind. And their existence can be traced 20,000 years backward as I'm talking today on the southern tip of Africa. 20,000 years, just like this, off my fingertips. The Sun tribe. There is no tribe known to mankind who is older than the Sun tribe. And there sits a prince who is not recognized anywhere in the world, neither in our country. Neither in our country. Go onto the internet and you'll see there's no respect for this great tribe by the government, by any government, or by any other entity, by any religious institution, by anybody of note that's living currently in this world. Nobody has given the San tribe any respect. And yet they are the oldest living known Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. Scientifically proven, historically proven. And we have a prince whose bloodline comes all the way to the Ramayan 2 million years ago. Prince that was seated here yesterday. His bloodline is consistent as the Slati Kulu going back 2 million years. Nobody gives him respect. Another temple in Marisburg was making him shine floors and clean and set chairs. You understand? The Sri Narayan Dham has taken his cause, and in under 8 weeks we have actuated, together with various stakeholders, we have actuated the presence of the Sun people. And before this end year concludes, the Sun people, the Sun tribe, will get its rightful place in our humanity as number 1. They are the oldest tribe on this planet. Don't you think they should be put back to the number 1 position? All these gold mines in Durban, in South Africa, the diamond mines, the coal mines, all the mineral wealth in this country belongs to who? It belongs to the prince and his people. And that is a legal reality. But how are they living? Of crumbs. They're living off crumbs. From what is their very own wealth in this country. So the Guru has a lot of job. And when we have functions like this, when you push in the Sri Narayan Dham's agenda forward, you are also pushing the world's agenda forward, aren't you? Because this ashram is integrally involved in every aspect, in every dimension. We're involved in South African politics, we're involved in South African society. The Guru is everywhere. You have to find a spot and show me where the Guru isn't. You understand? We're involved in everything because the Supreme Lord inheres in everything. Doesn't he? He's in every atom, he's in every molecule. He is everywhere. He is in the rocks, he is in the plant, he is in the tree, he is in the water. The Supreme Lord is everywhere. And wherever the Supreme Lord is, the Sri Narayan Dham follows suit. You understand? You think it's a coincidence that 2 million years later, 2 million years from Valmiki's Ramayana, that the Sun tribe and Sanatan Dharma is reuniting. You think it's a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence that the Queen's mother is a princess, bona fide princess from the Sikh religion? You think it's a coincidence? You think this relationship between Sun and Sanatan Dharmis is now, by virtue of Prince Latikulu being born from an Indian and a son? You think this is a coincidence? You think this is a coincidence that the Sri Narayan Dham has been awarded with reviving the Sun nation around the world? Do you think it's a coincidence? You think this synthesis was not in place over this 2 million years? You think this relationship with the Sanatan Dharmis and the Sun is not intertwined over 2 million years? You think we're just finding this out now? You understand what I'm saying? And can you see, how the West destroyed the oldest tribe known to man on this earth? Do you know how many civilizations that perished, that didn't have the opportunity to revive itself? Do you know how many civilizations perished? And we should thank the Lord that this civilization of the Sun has the opportunity of reviving itself. We're going to do what Lord Ram did 2 million years ago. The Sri Narayan Dham is going to do exactly what Lord Ram did 2 million years ago. What did Lord Ram do 2 million years ago? Premila, how many brothers did Lord Ram have? Lord Ram had 3 brothers. There were 4 altogether. What were the names? Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughan. Which were the twins? Ramila, when you go to Ramayan school and all the Ramayan ladies wear one color, Shanti, I don't know if you was in the Ramayan school, all the ladies wear one color, and when you go for a Ramayan satsang, there's no one greater than those ladies dressed in that one color blouse and that one color sari, and they sang from the Ramayan. You all remember? Who went to Ramayan week with all these Ramayan ladies and Ramayan men on the other side? And the Ramayan was sung. Premila, you was in that Ramayan, but did you go? You all know what I'm talking about. Anyone knows what I'm talking about? Have you all seen these Ramayan people, the untouchables? They sang in Sanskrit and then they went home. They didn't know what they sang. And the audience didn't know what they sang. Yes? 4 brothers representing 4 aspects. 4 brothers representing 4 aspects of society. And what are the 4 necessities of society? For any society to function, what are the 4 divisions that society must enact in? Let me tell you, running straight for money, that is a problem. That is a problem in this society. Running straight for money. What are the 4 social requirements? Andy? Peace you'll only get, Andy Bhai, after your soul leaves the body. Peace is guaranteed. It's called liberation. Before that, you will suffer with us, Andy Bhai. We'll all suffer together. Alright? You need righteous principles. Righteous principles. Any society need righteous principles. Where do you find righteous principles? Where do you find righteous principles? No. It's supposed to come from the government. Either if it's a monarchy or a democracy, righteous principles for society should come from legislature. Yes or no? Don't go against a red robo, no murder, no rape, no robbery, no fraud. These are righteous principles. Where it must come from? The legislature. Alright? Righteous living. Then you need, Yamita, economic development. Then you need economic development. And then you need fulfillment of desires. Then you need fulfillment of desires. And ultimately you need liberation. So society must be formed in such a way that there must be righteous principles, then there must be economic development. Then there must be fulfillment of societal desires. What are the fulfillment of societal desires? Andy? Your day today, Andy Bhai. Satish Bhai is not here. If I'm looking to whack a bald-headed man, you'll be the substitute. Alright? The prince is not here, so he can't see how dangerous the guru is. I don't whack people in the prince's presence. He only knows us for 2 months, he might run away. Alright? So you go to school, Andy Bhai. Then you pursue a career. And whilst you go to school, as soon as you become a teenager, you want to pursue your studies, and you also looking for a wife. Then you want to get married and have children. Is that not a desire of every man and every woman? So you want to pursue your schooling, you want to achieve, you want to work, and you want to provide. That is the desire. Yes? For society. Doesn't that grow society? By you getting married now, how Reservoir Hills have 2 more in the population, your 2 children. The plan came from your desire. Yes? Then you need at this point in time, Andy, Bhai, what you and Bhabhi looking for? You all achieved, you finish study, you finish work, now you have your children. What are you gravitating to? Your last part, salvation. Yes? So you see how it progresses. You grew up in an environment of righteous principles. Then you became ready for economic development. You started work, that is, economic development. Then you had fulfilled your desires by getting married. Now, after you are married, you fulfilled the first 3 criteria. You are looking for that peace. As husband, wife, and the entire family is here now, you're looking for that peace. Is it unique to you only, or is all of society in the same criteria? Whether you black, whether you San, whether you French, whether you German, this 4 criteria is found within mankind. Yes or no? Throughout mankind, whoever you are, you need for a society to function. For a society to function, you'll need righteous principles. Yes? It doesn't matter which race, which culture, which tradition, and which religion. It doesn't matter. These 4 has to be found in all of mankind. Wherever there's humanity, these 4 criteria have to be met. You understand? So Lord Ram took his birth with 3 brothers, each brother heading one department. Each brother heading one department. Lord Ram is the head of righteous principles. Lord Ram is the head of righteous principles, and he showed by his own living, through his own examples, on how to live the ideal life. So the prince going to get in trouble here and there because he told me ideally he want to have 2 wives. Ideally he wants to have 2 wives. And since he is part of this dynasty, the lunar dynasty and not the solar dynasty, because if he was in the solar dynasty with Lord Sri Krishna, I could have got him 16,008 wives. But in this dynasty, Lord Ram has stated there must only be 1 wife. And the prince is not happy with 2 things with the Guru. 1 wife principle and no eating meat. No eating meat. So I sat with him at our table yesterday, at our royal table, and I explained to him why he must not eat meat. It's not religious. It is not religious. And I explained to him that if you take a cube of chicken and you just leave it out in the atmosphere, it continues to rot and smell. Can you imagine a cube of chicken on your table in your beautiful kitchen, Ravi bhai? On your granite top, cut a cube of chicken and just leave it there. And stick around in your kitchen 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hours. Alright? So, naturally if you love chicken, and that cube of chicken in its natural state, will you put it on your tongue and taste that rot and ingest that chicken? Why? You love it so much? You say, I can't live without meat. Take a cube of fish and keep it on your granite top, Ravi bhai. What will the result be? 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Then take that cube and rub it on your tongue. That is where the taste it. Rub it nicely, my boy. Press it, rub it, and then swallow it. Those that love fish. Prawns, same story. Sheep, same story. Any cube of meat in its natural state, once exposed to the atmosphere, accelerates in a state of rot. Does it not? So what is there to love about meat? Isn't God telling you immediately that this thing is not good for your body? Is God not indirectly talking to you, Ravi, and saying that, see, in this meat, Bhabhi puts spices to camouflage the rot, to camouflage the stink. You understand? Then after the stink is camouflaged, you put it in your mouth and you keep it on your tongue for a long, long time. You don't want to swallow it because the taste is so good. But in reality, what you taste in, Ravi bhai? The spices. In reality, you tasting the spices because that cube of meat, whatever it is tasteless. It has no taste. It has no taste. Tasteless, has no taste. The spices, when it penetrates that meat, you are tasting the spice and saying the chicken is so lovely. So I asked the prince, I said, Prince, take that same spice and put it on a potato. What will happen? If you keep a potato on your kitchen granite and come back after 1 hour, is there any smell? After 2 hours, any smell? If you boil that potato and breathe that steam in after boiling that potato, will you get any bad smell? But if you boil a piece of cube of meat or chicken and take a deep breath, because that's where eventually that cube goes into your system, does it not? Are you understanding why you shouldn't be eating meat? Why you shouldn't be eating rotten? You eating something that's rotting all the time. Do you know how many illnesses that the cell of the rotting meat that you eat, how many illnesses are embedded in those cells? And when you ingest those illnesses, what happens to you? All of you understand? So see, the prince is helping me to make Sanatan Dharmis vegetarians. And the prince had the audacity to tell me, my mum and dad were vegetarians. And the San tribe, according to the religion, supposed to be vegetarians. That is why his mum and his dad. His dad was a Shlati Kulu, bushman, and his mum was Seema Kaur Singh from Punjab, India. Both of them were vegetarians. And when we had our meeting on Monday with the Sikh organization from South Africa, they confirmed his mother was a bona fide queen. His mother was a bona fide queen, and her father was well known internationally. Mika Singh. He was a barefoot international athlete. Okay? So look at how far we went, and look at how important this Ramayan week is both for the Sanatan Dharmis and for the Sun tribe, because it was this tribe. You see, every tribe in the olden days had a name. There's the Naga tribe. The Naga tribe. They associated with snakes. Can human become snakes? Are there any snakes in here? I had a lot of snakes, Rakesh bhai. Yeah, all of them were here at one stage, over 1,000. All right? So if they're not here, can you imagine how many Nagas I had in the satsang? All right? So what happened? The tribes were identified with some animal or another. There's a bear tribe. And similarly, the sun were associated with the monkey tribe. It does not mean they were monkeys. It is an association name of the tribes, like the Naga tribes, the bear tribes. You'll find, if you Google, many types of tribes associated with some animal. Like you get the Govinders, they from the crab tribe. Are they crabs? Not crabs? But we know, you understand what I'm talking about. They're ordinary human beings. And similarly, the sun are still ordinary human beings associated. Vanaras. Vana means forest. Nara means man. Vanara means forest dwelling man. 2 million years ago we had forest dwelling man. Today, 2 million later, do we have forest dwelling men? Yes, our rural towns, our rural areas, are they not where there's forestry? Do they live a different life from the city? Yes. Just drive deep around 30-20 k's from Durban, you'll find rural life. 2 million years ago, similarly, there were rural life. Ayodhya was a city, a fully functional city 2 million years ago. Was it not? There were palaces, there were chariots. And in the Ramayana, you heard of the Brahmastra. You heard of the Brahmastra. What is the Brahmastra? Yes, it's a nuclear weapon. Nuclear weapon actuated through mantra. Nuclear weapon actuated through mantra. Most advanced. We have not reached that stage of advancement yet. So the Ramayana is history. Ramayana is history. You had tectonic plates. What are tectonic plates? Yes, they are huge rock under the earth's crust. Once upon a time they were together in one huge mass of land. And they moved. In 100 million years, if they move 1 centimeter a year, you can't feel it. But after millions of years, there is a movement. Right now, a movement has already started on the African continent. In a few 100,000 years, Africa is going to be divided into 2 continents. You understand? Once upon a time, there was one huge mass of land. When the tectonic plates moved, then you get these various continents. So don't you think that the Hindus, the sun, everyone was living together? Yes? 2 million years ago, Homo sapiens, historians are declaring today that in southern Africa, Homo sapiens lived 2 million years ago and started their migration. Whether it was divided or not, whether it was divided 2 million years ago, even if it was divided, how close you think it would have been to India? If you look at all the planets, please, I'm saying the continents, it looks like a jigsaw puzzle that have been moved apart. Go and look at it. And if it looks like that, what it means? Once upon a time it was together. All of you understand? And see why 2 million years is significant. Because the Ramayana happened 2 million years ago. It happened in Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga. 1.26 million years and 844. Dwapara Yuga is 844-46 and Treta Yuga is 1.2426 million years. And if you add the two together, because we in Kali Yuga, then the Ramayana would have taken place 2 million years ago. You get how I get my calculations? Are you understanding? So 2 million years ago is not too long. In that you had many lifetimes. Many of you were there. Many of you were San. Many of you were Khoi. Many of you were Zulus. Many of you went through all the races. All of us went through everything. All the animals, all the plants, all the birds, all the reptiles. 8.4 million species. Vedas state that there are 8.4 million species, and some scientists came to 8.7 million species. 8.7 million species, and the Vedas allow for cross species. So you'll have 8.4 million genuine species, and then you get that mutation, and you add it, and you can get up to 8.4, 8.5. You understand what I'm saying? So this is history. Ramayana is history. Lord Ram is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, a historical figure that lived on this planet 2 million years ago. And he taught us religious principles. Lakshman is head of Department for Economic Development. Who's the other brother? Bharat. He is head of Department for Fulfillment of your legal desires. Don't say I'm a follower of Bharat and go buy a nice big bottle of drink, couple rolls of Dhaka, a block of cocaine, and say the Guru said Bharat is ahead of fulfillment of desires, and that is your desires, and you follow Bharat. No. Legal desires. I'm going to show you how. And Chatragun, he is head of department for liberation. Head of department for liberation. See, so this is why Lord Ram took his birth with 3 brothers to form the 4 societal functions. All of you understand? So which 2 paired off? We had twins, Bharat and Lakshman. Bharat and Lakshman were twins. So you got religious principles. Who paired off with Lord Ram? Lakshman. Listen carefully, it's important. Righteous principles paired off with economic development. Righteous principles paired off with economic development, and fulfillment of desires paired off with liberation. What is this telling you? That for you to be prosperous, you have to be involved in righteous principles. Who is the expounder today, practically, of righteous principles? Maulana, pastor, rabbi, guru. Yes? Societies around the world, if you want moral living, righteous living, it means you have to attend a church, attend mosque, attend satsang, attend synagogue. Yes or no? All those people who are involved in all these righteous principles, are they not prosperous? Are they not prosperous? Are the Christians not prosperous? Those that attend church? Are the Muslims not prosperous? Those that attend mosque? Are the Jews not prosperous that attend synagogue? Can you see? Economic development come from? Economic development come from aligning yourself to spiritual masters of your religion. Aligning yourself with spiritual masters of your religion. Yes or no? And then fulfillment of desires marries liberation. Fulfillment of desires marry liberation. So, which means your desires have to be morally and principally righteous. Morally and principally righteous. So you just don't desire anything. When you desiring, you have to desire with ethics, with morality, and with principles, so that your desires are righteous. And when your desires are righteous, then you become a candidate for liberation. And this is the reason Lord Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Chatragun took the birth. Does it make practical and logical sense to you? Is it logical? Is it practical? Now compare this to your Ramayan ladies, and it's happening right now in South Africa and around the world. wearing the same color sari, same color blouse, looking down upon you because they are the Ramayan group, singing in Sanskrit. They learnt nothing, you learnt nothing. You went home today after attending that type of satsang. Are you understanding the dilemma we face in Sanatan Dharma? And if you open the Ramayan, from cover to cover, the core principle in the Ramayan is the Guru principle. Core principle throughout the Ramayan, from the time Lord Ram takes his birth up until the time the last chapter is read, Lord Ram, the Supreme Lord himself, teaches humanity on how to become a absolute disciple by him himself becoming an absolute disciple. Andy Bhai, when you first went and saw Bhabhi, your very first interaction, did you summon any Guru? Andy Bhai, your day today, Satish is not here yet. But when Lord Ram wanted Sita Mata's hand in marriage, what he had to do? Premila? He had to break the bow. And when he strung his arrow, he asked his Guru's permission. The Supreme Lord, the creator of this universe, when he wanted his hand in marriage, before releasing the arrow, he asked his Guru's permission. When he came out of exile after 14 years from the forest, what was his first function? He ran and prostrated, full prostration to his Guru. And who is Lord Ram? The creator of this universe. So the criteria of the Ramayan, ongoing criteria of the Ramayan. I made one devotee go into the Ramcharitmanas and count how many times Guru is written there. How many 1,000 times Guru is written in the Ramayan. But your Ramayan classes and your Ramayan school, Premila, never told you that. They never told you that. The ultimate take away from the Ramayan is that you need a bona fide spiritual master in your life. If the Lord needed a bona fide spiritual master in his life on this planet Earth, Andy, who are you not to have one? Andy Bhai, do you understand? And this is how important the Guru principle is. If your things are coming right soon, it's because of your past merits. Some of you are still in exile here. Still in exile. But what do you know? That exile is not for ever. You understand? Exile is not for ever. It just lasts for a certain period. All of you understand. Another reason for Lord Ram to take his birth. People did not understand how to worship the Murti. People did not understand how to worship the Murti of Sri Ranganathan, who is Lord Vishnu himself. So Lord Ram took his birth to teach people how to worship the Murti of Sri Ranganatha. And that Murti, which Lord Ram took his birth 2 million years ago, have been lying on this planet Earth until it reached Sri Rangam temple. Until it reached Sri Rangam temple in South India, that Murti is there today. And seated behind that Murti today, 1,000 years later, is a body of Lord Ramanuj. And Lord Ramanuj, in reality, is Lakshman. Lord Ramanuj, in reality, is Lakshman, and that is why that body has not decayed. 1,000 years, that body is here on this photograph. When you're doing your arti, right here you'll see that brown body of Lord Sri Ramanuj, who is Lakshman himself. All of you understand? Can you see the greatness of the Guru's teaching? Can you see the source of this Guru's teaching? No Mickey Mouse here. What you see is what you get. And everything that we do, everything that we say, everything that we believe in is the absolute truth. Is the absolute truth. Can you see the significance of this week in your life? Can you see the significance of this week in the prince's life? You think it's coincidence he just met me just before Ram Navami? You think it's coincidence? And can you see how many years our history is going back? We are going to recreate the Ramayan, which happened 2 million years ago. A segment will be recreated with our journey with the Sun people. Can you see that? Can you see how important it is? And can you see how huge everything is? You understand, all of you? So I want to conclude by wishing Ravi Bhai a very happy 21st birthday. He is camera shy, he is public shy. I forced him to get a cake and I asked him, I want to respect his wishes. All right? His wife as well, they don't like to be in the limelight. It is how they live, and the Guru is happy with that. Guru has no problem. Just their attendance, regular attendance at satsang is what the Guru desires. All right? So we're going to still sing his happy birthday. He didn't want it sang, but this is ashram. We do that for everyone. We sang for Sherwin yesterday. We'll sing for him. And we have a table. He didn't want the table, but we put a table. Not everything Ravi wants he'll get. All right? Some things he'll be nudged here and there. So after Aarti, we will celebrate Ravi's birthday. And Ravi, make sure whether your birthday is in Ram Navami or not in Ram Navami, every birthday come with your entire family, either in the morning, during the day, or at night, or those members of the family that can come and take your blessings from the ashram. Make that a habit. Get addicted to that. God has no problem with good types of addictions. Jai Shriman Narayan.